I used to make up long speeches to you after you left. I used to talk to you all the time, even though I was alone. I walked around some months talking to you. Now,
I am officially starting Crime and Punishment by Fyodor Dostoyevsky to document the journey through this book, because I really want to be able to look back and reflect on my thoughts as well. I made myself a flat white, 2 shots of espresso. I cannot believe I have not read this book yet. It is a big book. I've read other books by Dostoyevsky before. I've read The Brothers Karamazov, Notes from Underground. It's quite daunting, not just the size, but also the way that Fyodor Dostoyevsky writes. By the way, I'm reading the Penguin Classics translation. I heard this is a good one, but let me know if you think it's not. I'm kind of scared that it's gonna put me in a reading slump, so we're gonna try our best to not do that. Where the main character, Raskolnikov, commits a crime and he thinks that he can just carry on living his own life, but he finds himself in purgatory. One of the reasons I picked up this book is because I'm very interested in the discussion about what guilt does to the human soul. It engages with ethical and existential questions, which afterwards influenced philosophers such as Freud or Nietzsche. I have read a couple of books by Freud and Nietzsche as well. So yeah, I'm interested in seeing how this could have possibly influenced their work. I also think, because it's one of those colder months, and I think this is going to be the perfect read, because why not? I love to make myself suffer. So with this book, we're going to explore how, what is the nature of good and evil, and how does guilt manifest itself in humans, mentally, but also physically. We're gonna make a start. I am so excited. Before we make a start, I wanna show you my copies of my other Dostoyevsky books, because they're pretty good. This one especially, this is The Brothers Karamazov, and I found it in a charity shop, and it comes in 2 volumes, which I thought was genius, because sometimes I just feel so lazy to carry this mammoth of a book. Like it's just too big. The covers so much. I think it's so beautiful. Notes from Underground. This was really good. It's highly annotated, which I love. I read this like 4 years ago, so it might be worth revisiting, because I think my views maybe would have changed. That's what's really cool about annotating your books, that you can revisit the books and then find out how, you used to think or perceive things. So yeah, I'm definitely going to annotate this book as well. It's put me in a reading slump by reading just chapter 1. This is how I kind of divide the chapters. It kind of motivates me to get some reading done, especially on heavy books like this. It kind of picked up again. Some parts are really boring, and then suddenly it gets super interesting. I am extremely confused with the characters' names. I think I'm gonna have to research some type of like character map or something that someone must have done, explaining who's who. Some parts are just too tedious, and I'm trying. I know it's gonna be super good, but it's one of those books that you kind of have to stick to them for a while for them to actually be interesting. He just goes on and on about the most random side quests sometimes that are not adding nothing or barely anything to the plot, and I'm just like, I just want to know what happened with the dead woman. So far I feel kind of bad for the main character. I mean, yeah, he killed the landlady and her daughter, but I don't know, at the same time you can't help but feel bad for the guy. So I have reached the part, by that I mean I have reached the crime part, and my jaw was on the floor. Felt like I was in the mind and the body of Raskolnikov. I'm using the Kavico Sport pen to underline, and then I put my annotation stuff in this little pouch. But yeah, I have this sticky notes which has origami drawings, so cute. Then I have more clear ones. I have a bigger one, but I don't know what it is. And I've got some highlighters, although they are like kind of creamy colors. I do prefer to just underline. That's gonna keep me up at night. That is gonna keep me up at night. That was incredible. It does get a little bit boring at the start, so I would just stick to it, honestly. I'm gonna be taking notes with my Midori A7 notebook, which I just got. The whole purpose of me getting this notebook is to replace my notes app. So I'm setting myself this challenge of not using my notes app anymore and putting everything that I want to capture in a little notebook, and this is perfect. The size is perfect. So I'll be taking some notes so I can remember. This, yeah, it's great. I've used it a couple times already. The paper is amazing. The size is great, so I can take it with me on my back and it's not too heavy. I also am obsessed with the binding. The quality of the paper is so good that I am even considering not using Moleskine as my main journal anymore, which is crazy because if you've seen my other journaling videos, you will see that how much I love Moleskine. But I don't know, I think I'll be able to tell once I'm like halfway through. But yeah, so far I love it. Gotten to the point where this book is the only thing that I can think of. which is not good because I have a job. But you know, when you get kind of obsessed with a book and it kind of consumes you in a way, in a positive way, I would say, and you can't wait to, I guess, finish whatever you have to do in order to read it. This is what I feel like this book is doing to me. I will still make emphasis that there are some parts that I am finding very tedious to get through. I also used this notebook. This is a Hobonichi notebook to create my map of the main characters, because it's getting too much. So yeah, I did this map. I'll put it on the screen. I'll scan it so you can also have it. But this has been very useful because yeah, they're a bit confusing. I found similarity with some books, for example, The Outsider or The Stranger by Albert Camus, and The Secret History by Donna Tartt. So in The Outsider by Camus, which I love this cover, I got this secondhand in a market in London. Camus explores existentialism, he explores moral ambiguity, which echoes Raskolnikov internal conflict. I would highly recommend this as well. This was really good. And with The Secret History, a group of kids or a group of intellectuals commit a crime and then they wrestle with guilt, which I thought had that kind of Crime and Punishment vibe to it as well, exploring what the nature of good and evil is. So yeah, I think if you've enjoyed The Stranger and The Secret History, you would also enjoy Crime and Punishment. I kind of got exhausted from reading that last chapter, so I'm gonna go for a walk, leave my phone at home, and I'm gonna take my film camera. This is the Olympus OM1. One of my goals this year is to capture with film more everyday moments of my life. So I'm gonna go on my usual route to get some coffee, and I'm gonna shoot some film. Just need to clear my head. Something about Crime and Punishment is that sometimes I read through the pages super quick because I'm finding it interesting, and sometimes I kind of hit a point where it's just like, I cannot do this anymore. So in order for me to not fall into a reading slump, I need to take breaks. By the way, if you want a camera collection video, I would happily do so. I collect cameras. I love film so much. Anything that involves archiving life. It's trying to romanticize winter, and I think there's an undertone, like a winter undertone in Crime and Punishment that I really enjoy, but I'm in desperate need of some sun, so I'm gonna go out and enjoy the sun. whether what's his name? I put it on the screen. He actually killed his wife as well. And does he know already that Raskolnikov committed a crime? Yeah, I am trying to get some reading done before work. I am working from home. It's not a book that I feel like I can read in between meetings. So yeah, it kind of takes me a while to get into, so I have to take a chunk of my day to really get into it. So yeah, I woke up early at 7 and started reading at 7:30. It's now just about to be 9, so I need to get ready. Probably finish my breakfast while I'm preparing for my first work meeting, but I have to say I feel really bad for Raskolnikov. I obviously don't agree with what he did, but I feel like in the context of poverty that he was in, I hate when people get in their moral horse and they try to tell someone who's struggling how to behave or what's wrong, what's right, when they've never been, in the depths of poverty. Makes you question, would I do this? No. But am I gonna judge him for doing it? Probably not as well. I'm like almost rooting for you at this point. I also don't like perfectly moral characters in books or movies, to be honest. I kind of like, characters to have some depth and not be perfect humans. Double shot of espresso. It's a gloomy day. I can see the sun kind of peeking out, but it's kind of a gloomy day. And I'm reading Crime and Punishment. I mean, it can't get more winter than that. It's honestly starting to get dark so early that life just feels like it goes so quick during these months, and I always feel like I lose myself and I don't know where time has gone, and I feel like I haven't done anything. Having a book that kind of transports you into this world and it's kind of all that you can think about, for an overthinking mind like mine, it's very helpful when you have complex characters and things that keep lingering in your head even after you finish reading the book. It's very helpful during these months. So yeah, I think if you struggle with seasonal depression, anxiety, or anything like that, I think finding a complex book that's going to keep your mind occupied, it's very helpful.